So we are in 1991, which means the Heat went 24-58, the Nuggets went 20-62. So does that mean we go with the Nuggets? At point guard, we got Winston Garland, got Chris Jackson at a 78. 26-year-old, 77 overall Winston Garland. 22-year-old, 78 overall Chris Jackson, with Walter Davis behind him. Reggie Williams at 27, 83 overall. Marcus Liberty backing him up. Greg Anderson at 27, 76 overall. Scott Hastings, 25-year-old Dikembe Mutombo as the star in Denver. So one of the things that I normally do is mess with these, but Tougie doesn't, and I usually mess with these. So we're gonna try and do this as close to, if not exactly, the way that he does it, basically. We are gonna run a full squad, because we want to be bad, continuing through here. We'll go simulate regular season. Chambers in a first-round pick for Jackson and Wolf. That looks like a deal and a half that we have to take here. 32-year-old. He's got 2 years left, but we get that first round in 95. Chris Jackson, A-. He is 22 years old. I think pick hoarding in this kind of situation is a smart idea. Liberty heading to the Jazz. A 94 first-round unprotected, and Theo Harper. He's got 1 year left on his deal. He's 26 with C+ potential. It's fine. The other idea here is to free up some cap so that we can make moves in the free agency period. Reggie Williams, 27 years old, B+ potential, 2 years left on his contract. We'd bring in Gary Grant, who's got 1 year left on his. He's 26, A- potential, plays point guard and shooting guard, and we would get a first rounder, top 3 protected in the upcoming draft. That's a done deal. Absolutely done deal. First round pick in Hodges for Garland. Negotiate trade. 95 unprotected. Greg Hodges. He's got 2 years left on his contract. He's 31, but picking up another first round draft pick. We want to be bad for a season or two, right? It is an absolute fire sale in Denver. It is a trade deadline. We didn't get any other offers, so we're going to continue through. Contract situation. Again, it's only letting us go after Davis. I think re-signing Grant is a good idea. Greg Anderson at 27, C+ potential. I'm okay that I can't re-sign at this point. And then Davis at 37, A- potential, but at 37, potential is a 4-letter word. Bird at 26, but to C+ potential, he can go. So we can actually simulate through here to the end of the season 1, 21-52 heading into April. Michael Jordan, your MVP in 1992. LJ, Rookie of the Year. Detlef Schrempf, your 6th man. Defensive Player of the Year is Patrick Ewing. Purvis Ellison, your Most Improved Player. Coach of the Year, Rick Adelman for the Blazers, and Gabriel Thomas, your Executive of the Year for the Bulls. Jordan, Drexler, Malone, Coleman, and Purvis, your first team All-Stars, your All-NBA. Hardaway, Magic, Pippen, Kemp, and Olajuwon, your second team, and your third team is Adams, Terry Porter, Danny Manning, Dominique, Patrick Ewing. Defensively, it's Jordan Drexler, Rodman, Larry Nance, and Patrick Ewing. Hershey Hawkins, Kendall Gill, Kemp, Pippen, and Olajuwon. Your rookies are Larry Johnson, Kenny Anderson, Dikembe Mutombo, Terrell Brandon, and Richard Dumas. Billy Owens, Steve Smith, Stacey Augmon, Greg Anthony, and Victor Alexander, your second rookie team. Playoffs, the Houston Rockets, led by Hakeem Olajuwon, your 92 champions. They beat out the Washington Bullets. Interesting. Robert Parrish, the most notable name that is hanging them up. Jersey retirements, it's got to be Parrish. Larry Weinberg for the Trailblazers, Nate Archibald, and Jack Sikma getting their numbers retired. Draft lottery, we have the number 3 and number 11 best odds at the 1992 NBA draft. At 11, we stay at 11. I think that one had top 3 protection. Atlanta Hawks stay at 10. Milwaukee Bucks at 9 will stay at 9. I don't care who you are. That's a fantastic logo. Miami Heat at 8. Move up into the top 3. The Pacers will pick 8. The Timberwolves at 7. Move up to the top 3. Sacramento will pick at 7. 76ers at 6. Stay at 6. At 5, it's our pick, and we will pick 5th in this draft. The Dallas Mavericks at 4 will stay at 4. Well, technically move down. The Timberwolves pick up the number 3 pick. Again, another fantastic logo. The word mark, I could make some improvements, I'm sure. Miami Heat will stay at 2, which means your Orlando Magic Maybe not yours, but somebody's. We'll pick at number 1. So we will draft at 5, 11, 12. So we have 3 picks in the top 12 in this draft. Gotta think that's Shaquille O'Neal, and you know what? I'm okay with it. It looks right. It's not the Dallas Mavericks. It's not anybody else. Shaquille O'Neal on the Magic just makes sense. The Miami Heat pick up Zoe. So 1-2 goes the way that it did. No, was Alonzo Mourning was drafted by the Hornets, wasn't he? Either way, Zoe on the Heat looks right. Christian Laettner to the Wolves. Jim Jackson to the Dallas Mavericks. And we draft here at number 5, and we will get some trade offers. We'll get 15 to run through here. I am going to take a look and see who is still available here. Alfonso Ellis, David Wesley, Tom Gugliotta, BJ Armstrong, 24 years old. He's a 77 overall. He is a C+ potential. He is signed for 3 years at $435, which isn't bad. But we do get that first-round draft pick from the Bulls. Now, the Bulls are still fairly strong, but we get a decent point guard who we're going to try and trade. Just picking up first-round draft picks rather than picking up a player who will make us stronger. I am going to simulate to my next pick. We do have to take it because there were no offers, and there is one name that stands out more than most, which is Robert Horry. I'm going to grab Robert Horry here, just a lights-out shooter. With our 12th pick, we are going to get offers, and we are going to explore them, because being able to take a look there, 94-95 from Cleveland looks pretty damn good. The San Antonio Spurs aren't all that great either, are they? I'm going to take a look at the Spurs, scouting mock drafts. The Spurs were at 18. The Cavaliers were at 24. So we're going to take the Spurs 2 draft picks here and go this way. So we'll pick up their first round draft pick in 93, their first round draft pick in 94. It's going to cost us Craig Hodges, who's 32, 72 overall. That's fine. More cap space. We'll go to our next user pick, which is most likely our second, which there are no offers on. Popeye Jones, that's Seth's dad, isn't it? Not uncle. I think that's Seth Jones's dad. But what's his potential looking like right now? We're going to take Popeye Jones here, and we'll sim to the end. Some pretty clean business taken care of here at the draft. We pick up Robert Horry and Popeye Jones. We don't have any team options or player options. There were none in the league, which is something that they should fix. So now here's our situation. We do have 2.62 in cap hold and 310 available in cap room. We did talk about Gary Grant coming back. Walter Davis will probably be gone. This is where a lot of that money was tied up as far as our cap hold goes. I'm gonna go 2. Let's go 2 for 2. See if he goes for that. And he will sign at that. Walter Davis is gonna go 37-26. Theo Harper, C+ potential. I'm good losing him. Ryan Felicio, B+ potential. We're going to bring back Gary Grant. As far as what we have left, we will have just under $1 million. So we do have BJ Armstrong from that Bulls trade. Tom Chambers with Robert Horry behind him. Got a lot of logjam there. So we need a point guard and a center. So available to us is Kevin Edwards. And then at center would be Mike Brown. Bill Cartwright there, but 34. And again, we don't necessarily want to be amazing yet. But a Wayne Clark, just to have a body, I think makes sense. And that's our free agent. We're only allowed 1. I gotta remember, I'm not doing it the way that I would do it. I'm doing it basically the Tougie challenge here. So that leaves us $645 million as we head into the next season. I do want to take a look at player progression. Haskins moves up 1. Not a lot of progression. Mutombo's at an 86. Chambers is an 82. BJ Armstrong an 82. Gary Grant a 78. So BJ Armstrong and Gary Grant, whoever these guys are. Chambers and Robert Horry, Greg Anderson and Hastings, Mutombo and Clark. So we're actually looking like we're going to be better, but we still, I think, want to be not great. And we get a 96 first round draft pick offer for BJ Armstrong and Derek Anderson. I think it's Derek Anderson. Dean Anderson for Dana Barros and that 96 unprotected. And the fact that we are trying to not be good. Dana Barros is 25 with A- potential. BJ Armstrong is 25 with B+. I'm going to take this offer. Again, first couple seasons, there's no point trying to win right away. You build through the draft, you build through free agency. This is this Chris Webber draft. That would change the whole direction of what I'm trying to do if we get C-Web. If we get Penny, could change the trajectory as well. There's a first round draft pick coming up in the next draft as well in Corciani for Dana Barros. Got to take that deal. Another first round draft pick in the next draft. Be potential for Corciani. I can't stop, but what I can do is look at our contract situation. Eric Bird, 27 years old, C+ potential. We'll have some cap space available at the end of the year. Clyde Drexler, MVP. Shaquille O'Neal, Rookie of the Year. Hot Rod Williams, your 6th man. David Robinson, Defensive Player of the Year. Kenny Anderson, Most Improved. Jerry Sloan and Gabriel Thomas. Gabriel Thomas picking up back-to-back Executives of the Year for the Chicago Bulls. Drexler, Jordan, Malone, Kemp, and Ewing. Your All-NBA first team. Your second team is Magic. Tim Hardaway, Pippen, Lionel Simmons, Hakeem Olajuwon. Your third team is Michael Adams, John Stockton, Larry Johnson, Dennis Rodman, David Robinson. Defensively, it's Jordan Stockton, Pippen, Rodman, and David Robinson. Drexler, Billy Owens, Sean Kemp, Larry Nance, and Patrick Ewing. Shaquille O'Neal. Christian Laettner, Alonzo Mourning, LaFonso Ellis, and Jim Jackson. Your first rookie team. Your second rookie team is Clarence Weatherspoon, Tom Gugliotta, Darrell Moore, BJ Neal, and Walt Williams. Postseason. The Blazers beat the Bulls, led by Clyde Drexler. I believe it took 7 games. This game hates Michael Jordan. Moses Malone, hanging them up. Mo Cheeks. Walter Davis, Bill Cartwright. Surprised there's not more players, but you know, whatever. Moses Malone going into the Hall of Fame. Jersey retirements. Should see a few. Moses Malone, Walter Davis, and Moses Malone again. Draft lottery. We have 1 pick in this, and it is at number 4. Sacramento again at 6. Move in to the top 3. So we are bumped down to 5 here, and we will stay at 5. The Minnesota Timberwolves at 4. Move into the top 3. So it's the Pacers at 3. Sacramento will pick up that one. The fact that those lines on the basketball at the bottom of their logo don't connect bothers me. The Pacers at 2. The Timberwolves will take that spot. So it will be the Indiana Pacers who will pick first overall in this, the C. Webb, the Chris Webber draft. We have 5. We've got 13 and 16 and 26. We head to the draft. The Pacers take Penny Hardaway first overall. C. Webb goes to the Timberwolves. Vin Baker to the Kings. 76ers take Allen Houston, another absolute lights out shooter. Just to take a look again, we will have to make this pick. But at point guard, we've got Gary Grant and Corciani. Both are free agents. Actually, all of our point guards are free agents. All of our shooting guards are free agents. We do have Robert Horry locked up. Tom Chambers, 82, but at 34, he might not be back. This might be the Robert Horry show going forward. Anderson, not coming back. So basically, Mutombo with no option and no extension would have been nice to have known ahead of time. So really, we're in a situation where this is best player available. And right now, it looks like it is Jamal Mashburn. Nick Van Exel, I do like. But we are going to take best player available in Jamal Mashburn. We'll sim to our next pick. We are going to get trade offers here. 2 first-round draft picks from the Knicks. 94 and 94. The Knicks are looking to the now and not the future. And that, to me, is the best offer available. So we get Houston's and we get the Knicks. 94 unprotected on both. We will trade out of that spot. Nick Van Exel goes to the Knicks. We'll have to take this one. Of course, Hodges does have an all-NBA ceiling. And out of the available players, looks like he is the only one. So we are going to take Horace Hodges here. And I believe we have 26. Lindsey Hunter still available there. Lindsey Hunter is 22. 21 for Aaron Cheeks. I take a gamble on Lindsey Hunter. Sim to user pick. We have gotten some trade offers. I find seconds to be quite redundant, quite useless. But heading into a free agency where we can cut a 25-year-old D potential who's making $1.23 million, I'm going to have to take that. We have another pick. We have trade offers. Honestly, I think I'm going to choose a prospect here and probably not sign them. Roland Wennington. You had comparison to another player. That's why I picked you. Hardaway starts off an 81 out of the box. C. Webb an 81 as well. Vin Baker a 79. We picked up Jamal Mashburn a 76. Not bad. We also picked up Hodges a 68 to start. Not great. Lindsey Hunter was a 71 out of the box as well. I'm not going to sign Wennington, but the 3 others will be signed. Popeye Jones will extend that option. Wayne Clark at 27, B- potential, but at 27, he's not reaching that potential. We're going to let him go. So Mutombo is still on the team. He's contracted for 4 years at 11.75. I'm so confused. We're over 3.91 million in cap, but it got a cap hold of 7.11, which means we should actually have some cap space to play with. Greg Anderson, 29, as a power forward, C+ potential, I'm not bringing back. Bird at 27, 65 overall, like I said, C+, not going to bring him back. Chambers is an interesting situation at shooting forward, A- potential, 34 years old though. We do have Robert Ory. We will let him walk. Our roster as it stands right now, Grant at 77, hopefully he bumps up a little bit. Shooting guard we need. A small forward I think we're going to be okay with. We just drafted Mashburn, so I'm going to let him run. So I need a shooting guard or a center. We could go after a Muggsy Bogues or a Spud Webb, because both of them do play shooting guard, and hope that the coach does move them over. Honestly, Spud's asking for less money. I'm going to go after Spud Webb and hope the coach puts him at shooting guard. He does sign Wayne Clark. We're declining, and we are renouncing our rights on everybody else. Leaves us with 1.57 of cap space and the assistant general manager to make the rest of the picks. But we're going to head into 1994, season number 3. Grant's up to a 78. We did not move Spud Webb into shooting guard, which is awesome. Robert Ory's a 78, Mashburn's a 76, Mutombo's up to an 86. Mutombo right now is 27. So in order, we pretty much are in a position that we don't want to squander the rest of the years that we have with him. It is the Jason Kidd draft. Glenn Robinson is a great idea. Oh, Grant Hill. Grant Hill's my guy. And we might be in a situation where a top 3 pick is probably where we want to be. I am going to add Grant, Webb. Can't do that. I'm going to add Mashburn over here. Porciani, Popeye, Lindsey Hunter, and Hastings for Chunt, and a 96 first-round draft pick, which is the draft that we're heading into, if I am not mistaken. Carl Hunt makes 1.1 million. It is an expiring contract at 31. You can expire as a member of the Denver Nuggets. Spud Webb slots into the shooting guard now, which is good. We were primarily just looking at trying to pick up first-round draft picks, but we are close, and Spud Webb gets bumped back out for Lichty. We're close to turning the corner, though. All right, Spud Webb and Chunt, a lottery-protected pick by the Rockets. I should have taken that. I should have looked at that. I got distracted. I was actually kind of interested, but a lottery protected, let's be honest, isn't going to get you very far. It's not a deep draft, so. And we do hit the trade deadline, which means no more trades. Can only accept trades that are offered to us. Lichty at 27 to 71 overall has been kind of our starting shooting guard, but even with a B potential, hasn't really gotten us anywhere. Singleton, I'm not re-signing anybody. Jordan, your MVP, Weber. Surprisingly, Rookie of the Year, Terrell Brandon, 6th man. David Robinson, Defensive Player of the Year. Robert Pack, Most Improved. Phil the Thrill Jackson, winning Coach of the Year. And Gabriel Thomas for the Bulls, again, Executive of the Year. Jordan Drexler, Kemp, Pippen, Olajuwon, your first team. Kenny Anderson, Magic. C-Webb making the second team as a rookie. LJ and Shaquille O'Neal, stellar second lineup. Stockton, Jackson, Malone, Manning, and Robinson, your third team All-NBA. Defensively, it's Jordan, Stockton, Kemp, Pippen, Robinson. Second is Drexler, Peyton, Weber, Smith, and Olajuwon. Rookie first team is Weber, Houston, Hardaway, Baker, Ryder. Calbert Chaney, Nick Van Exel. We were looking at Van Exel and traded out of that pick. Jamal Mashburn for us. Albert Oakley and Rodney Rogers for the Kings are your rookies. The Bulls got just squashed by the Utah Jazz, led by David Robinson. Mark Aguirre, Kiki Vanderwege lead your retirees. No jerseys will be retired this season. Draft lottery. We have the 3rd and 5th best odds in this one. The Pacers at 8. We'll move up into the top 3. The Pistons pick at 8. The Mavericks will pick at 2nd, 7th. I'm so confused what's happening right now. Denver Nuggets at 6 will stay at 6. So our 5 moves down to 6 thanks to San Antonio. The Timberwolves. We will pick 5 and 6 because the Timberwolves get another top 3 pick. I shouldn't have called this the Tougie Challenge because I get Tougie's draft luck. The Bullets at 3. It'll actually be the Pacers. Picking at number 2 will be the future Wizards, which means it's the Timberwolves at number 1. We will pick 5, 6, 12, 19, and 26. We may not get Grant Hill. We're definitely not in a position for Jason Kidd or Glenn Robinson. We're probably looking at like a Danielle Marshall, a Jalen Rose. There's no way Grant Hill drops to us. Jason Kidd goes to the Timberwolves. The Bullets take Grant Hill. The Pacers will take Glenn Big Dog Robinson. The 76ers will take Lamond Murray. At 5, I'm not going to view them right now. So Robinson's gone, Kidd is gone, Grant Hill's gone. Eddie Jones isn't a bad call out. Danielle Marshall as well. Let's take a look at our roster really quick again. Grant a point guard, but he's 29. Shooting guard has been an issue for us, so that might actually be where we focus here. Small forward with Robert Horry. We're okay there. Jamal Mashburn we already picked up, so that power forward situation, unless it was Grant Hill, I think we're okay. And Mutombo at center. So a point guard or shooting guard is where we're going to check out here. But we are going to see what those trade offers are for number 5. Terrell Brandon and a 95 top 3 protected first. Terrell Brandon is 24, 78 overall. A+ potential. That is a possibility. D. Brown is a point guard. And Brian Shaw, a shooting guard. C potential 28, but D. Brown's already an 82. Do I want to turn the corner sooner rather than later? Robert Pack, 25, A potential, and we get a 96 pick out of Portland. Portland is strong. Could grow with Terrell Brandon here. D. Brown would be awesome, but he's going to cost a lot of money coming up. Terrell Brandon already costs a lot of money. I got a feeling I'm gonna go with my gut here and go with the Robert Pack deal. Gets us a 96. Gets us a guy with potential. Danielle Marshall goes to the Blazers. Eddie Jones is who I was looking at. Juwan Howard is sitting right there. Jalen Rose. Eddie Jones is a little bit older though. Again, I'm gonna go with my gut and go with fast Eddie Jones. We'll sim to our next pick. At 12, we will get some trade offers here for it. We're in a situation where now we can kind of, I think this is kind of that turn corner situation I was talking about before. Terrell Brandon is available again. D. Brown is available again. 95 and 96 by the Heat. We do have another pick coming up right away as well. I don't think we need to like absolutely hit a home run, so I'm still going to be a little cautious and I'm going to take the Miami Heat's 95 and 96. We'll head to 19. We do have to take this pick. Boris Doughty, Jalen Rose, I think we talked about, and I think that's where I'm going to go. Just out of familiarity, we'll take Jalen Rose here. We're at 26. We do have to make this pick. Not really seeing any names that I recognize. So I think I'm going to go with CJ Williams just because he is sitting at a 73. His potential's not great, but we've scouted him at a 73 overall to start, and he's going to back up Dikembe. We will have to make this pick as well. Dickie Simpkins is who I'm going to take. Let's go. Head to the second round. We do have to make this pick, and right off the hop, it's Lawrence Funderburk. No question. And that concludes the 1994 draft. J. Kidd, 82 out of the box. Grant Hill, 82 out of the box. Glenn Robinson, 81. We took Eddie Jones, he's a 76. Who else? We took Jalen Rose, who's a 73, and CJ Williams, who's a 74. I am also going to sign Funderburk because I can. Just, you know what? We should actually look at what they ended up at. Eddie Jones, B potential. A- for Jalen Rose, B for CJ Williams, B for Dickie Simpkins, and C+ for Funderburk. We'd have too many players. All right, sorry, Funderburk. Robert Horry is going to have his option picked up, and as we talked about, Spud Webb will not. Qualifying offers, Doug Lee, Popeye Jones, Porciani. I think we're okay. I'm going to extend, or at least qualify, Porciani. So point guard, we're good at small or shooting guard right now. Small forward, I'd like somebody other than Hodges. Although getting Hodges some playing time wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. We've really, I think we've like slow played, but we have turned a corner. Point guard, I think, is where we need to stick. Honestly, bringing back Spud Webb. 77, I want Pack to play though. So it's going to be somebody under 77 overall. And I think it's going to be Avery Johnson. We'll team option him. Avery Johnson is in. Popeye Jones can go, and that is it. By my estimation, yeah, 2.68. Who do we appreciate? There you go. So right now we're at Pack and Johnson, Jones and Rose, Robert Horry and Hodges, Mashburn and Dickie Simpkins, Mutombo and CJ Williams. Go to player progression, see if this isn't broken still. Mashburn up 6 to an 82. Good. Pack went up to 78. Hodges up to a 75. He went up 7. Avery Johnson up to a 75 as well. I like it. I like it. This might be a playoff team. We'll use the 95 draft, which is the Kevin Garnett, Jerry Stackhouse, Damon Stoudemire, Bryant Big Country Reeves. This is going to be the first season of the first draft that includes the Toronto Raptors and the Vancouver Grizzlies. And we will have the Heat, the Nuggets, the Bulls, and the Suns first overall picks. Mutombo, Ori, Mashburn, Pack, and Jones. We're going to add on there for the time being. Hodges, it likes Hodges. Holy. We have Robert Horry there. Hodges right now is a 75. Robert Horry is a 78, 24, 22. That's going to be an interesting kind of little side situation. Avery Johnson we can't put up. CJ Williams will put up. Jalen Rose I'm not going to put on the block. Lee Thompson was recently signed. Singleton, there you go. That's our trade block right now. I'm actually going to take Hodges off and run with that. Fat lever. Fine. We are sitting in a playoff spot. There's really no reason except when it's Brad Doughty. If that's who I think it is. No, it's Boris. It is Brad Doughty from Wish. If he will resign, I don't want you back. Or Singleton. We're going to pass on those guys. It is the trade deadline, which means no more offers to us, which means we cannot improve this team any more than we have this season. We currently sit in 5th. We're going to hit into our first playoffs during this run. I think we are going to finish with a above 500 record at least. 41 season. We finish in 7th. David Robinson, your MVP. J Kidd, Rookie of the Year. Glenn Robinson, the big dog. 6th Man of the Year. David Robinson, Defensive Player of the Year. Jamal Mashburn, Most Improved. 20 points for Jamal. Jerry Sloan, of the Utah Jazz, Coach of the Year. William Channing, the first time a Bulls executive has not won Executive of the Year. Kenny Anderson, Tim Hardaway, C. Webb, Sean Kemp, and David Robinson, your first NBA team. All NBA. Jordan, Peyton, Pippen, Malone, and Shaquille O'Neal, your second team. Drexler, Hardaway, Larry Johnson, Jamal Mashburn making the 3rd All-NBA team. Stellar. Lonzo Mourning rounds out the 3rd team. Jordan, Peyton, Pippen, Kemp, Robinson, defensively your first team. J. Kidd, Drexler, Weber, Rodman, and Mourning, the 2nd team. Kidd, Hill, Robinson, Danielle Marshall, and Bradley Butler, your rookie first team. Oh, Mashburn was the year before. I was like, why is Mashburn not here? Frank Newton, Jawan Howard, Eddie Jones for us, who's day-to-day with a bruised left hip. Aaron McKee and Carlos Rogers, your rookies. We are the number 7 seed in the West. Utah's got Houston. Golden State's got Portland. The Clip have got Minnesota. And we take on the Supersonics in the 2 and 7. Miami's got Detroit. Chicago's got Washington. Indiana's got New Jersey. The Nets, that is. And Charlotte's got Orlando. Jalen Rose is also injured. A broken right ankle. He's 2 weeks away from returning. Seattle takes game number 1. 110-103. Led by Camp with 26, Peyton with 22. 16 for McKee, Johnson with 14, Pierce, Benjamin both with 10, and Cage with 12 rebounds. Jamal Mashburn with 33, 24 for Mutombo, Pack with 18, Jones with 12. Jamal Mashburn is a force. Seattle takes game number 2, 123-89, which means we actually should have shortened the bench. Start doing that now. Benjamin, Peyton, and Kemp with 25 and 24s respectively. Pierce and Johnson with 16 and 12. Kemp, by the way, with the double-double. Mashburn with 19, Mutombo with 19, 13 for Pack, Hodges with 12, and CJ Williams with 10 rebounds in the loss. Game number 3. We are eliminated. We are swept by Seattle. It is a 136-96. We were just absolutely outmatched. Mutombo, though, with the double-double. 35 and 10, 18 for Pack, 11 for Mashburn in the loss. Pierce with 33, 28 and 13 for Kemp, Peyton with 21 and 11, 15 for John. Yeah, just spread out scoring. I didn't expect anything more than that. The Jazz, led by David Robinson, go back-to-back, beating the Heat in 6. Retirements, you've got King, Blackman, Danny Ainge, Trent Tucker, John Paxton, all calling it a career. Jersey retirements, Rolando Blackman with the Dallas Mavericks. Thanks to Phoenix, we do have the 7th overall odds. The Raptors and the Grizzlies are added at 4 and 5. So as much as we have got some odds in this one, there are a few speed bumps along the way. Us at 9, we'll stay at 9. Still another top 10 pick. We'll skip through to see what happens here. It's going to be the Boston Celtics, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the San Antonio Spurs. The Raptors and Grizzlies. Raptors will pick 4, the Grizzlies at 5. We will pick 9, 21, and 28. Our pick at 17 in there as well. We'll head to the expansion draft, where Dickie Simpkins looks like he is going to be the one who is left available. I'm actually going to also open up Avery Johnson in hopes we can get his contract off the books. I'm going to hold on to Dickie Simpkins and only expose Avery Johnson. Larry Nance to the Raptors. Avery Johnson does go to the Grizzlies, so we can sim through basically the rest of this. We know where our guy is going. Xavier McDaniel, who is injured, even though he's 32 years old, still a good pickup by the Raptors. Lindsey Hunter goes to the Raptors. This seems lore accurate. Before we head to the draft, take a look at our needs. We got Pack, Robert Pack as our point guard. Eddie Jones, Jalen Rose. Shooting guard, I think we're all set up. Small forward, we're okay. Mashburn was an absolute beast, so power forward, center, and point guard, but unless Garnett goes first, Joe Smith goes second, unless somebody falls into our lap that will make a difference, I think we are basically still looking at backups at this point. Stat goes to the Spurs. 24 trade offers, we're not going to look at them at this point because we are going to take a look, see who's left. Garnett's gone, Smith's gone. Stoudemire's gone. Reeves is gone. Stackhouse is gone. We're looking at a Corey Beck, a Corus Williamson. Michael Finley's gone. Theo Ratliff wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. A Theo Ratliff here is what these trade offers are going to have to talk me out of, basically. Jay Humphries and Dale Ellis ain't it. Now, moving into the 97 and 98. 96 would be nice. Kobe. The Pacers are offering a 96 and a 97 first round top 3 protected. So the 96 would be in play in this deal. So right now, the Pacers are the leaders in the clubhouse, giving us another bullet in the chamber for one Cobarius Bean Bryant. And that is going to be the deal that we take. Setting ourselves up for Kobe Bryant and another pick in 97. Top 3 protected. I gotta take that deal. And hope Theo Ratliff is available with one of our further picks down the road. And we do have to take the pick. Theo Ratliff is right there. 4D chess. We will get some trade offers here. We are going to look for a point guard. I'm going to view these here. Jay Humphries is available here, but we're not going to take that. Moving to 97 doesn't make sense. Terrell Brandon, we have kept our eyes on. He's 25 with A+ potential. That contract is large, but I think we're at the point where we can take it on and move forward. Theo Ratliff. We're going to jump on Terrell Brandon here. 97 first round pick. Ours, but it's lottery protected. We are going to move out, and we're going to pick up Terrell Brandon. And the Cavaliers will take Martin Webb. We're going to sim to our next pick. It's 28, and we are going to get some trade offers. Houston had dropped, and this gets me out of that second as well. We're going to take that. Eric Snow goes to Houston with our last first. Kevin Garnett out of the box, 83. Joe Smith, 82. Stackhouse is 79. Stoudemire an 80. McDyess an 81. Theo Ratliff, 75, which would have been a great pick there, but an even better pick down here. And we traded out of every other pick. Theo Ratliff, welcome to the squad. Mashburn, Ori, Hodges, Dickie Simpkins. You know what? I'm going to let Dickie Simpkins go. 70 overall. We're going to keep Hodges. We're going to keep Robert Ory and Jamal Mashburn. Qualifying offers, Robert Pack. We will qualify. We have got some cap room to work with this season. Robert Pack is going to want some of that at 2.5. I'm going to see if I can get him at 2.3. But we still have about 5 million available to us in cap holds. Just trying to see if there's any, like, decent young names here. Larry Bird. What do we need? I need a power forward, and it might be J.R. Reed. We'll go 3-1 with J.R. Reed, and he does sign. Robert Pack does extend. Dickie Simpkins, we're going to renounce, and we will move forward. Hodges, up to an 81. He may have jumped over Robert Ory. Eddie Jones up to an 81. Jalen Rose to a 78. It is happening, chat. Chat, it is happening. I'm not sure why Dikembe Mutombo's not showing up there, but here we are. A very pivotal draft is about to show up here. Mutombo's an 87, Mashburn's an 87, Hodges is an 81, Jones is an 81, Robert Ory's a 78. Hodges has jumped over Robert Ory. Terrell Brandon, who we brought in, I think he was at a 77, he's at an 80. We have got some depth going on here as well. Brandon and Pack, love it. Jones and Rose, love it. Hodges and Ory, love it. Mashburn and J.R. Reed. Would love J.R. Reed to be a 78, but that's fine because Mashburn's an 87. Theo Ratliff should grow into something. So our trade block, yeah, it's CJ Williams for the time being. This is big. It may not be our pick that we use. We're now holding on to depth. We're now not looking at the first round draft picks. Unless it's the 96. And like I said, it's not going to be our pick that gets Belius Bean Bryant. I need J.R. Reed to play though. So we're going to bump it up to 9. We are first in our conference. Do we win a championship in spite of not having a solid pick available for the 96 draft? Just for poops and giggles. Perfect person. In the 96 draft, we have the Nuggets, the Heat, the Trailblazers, the Pistons, the Pacers, and the Supersonics. I'm going to write all these down because I bet you anything, these are the strongest teams in the league. The Nugs, the Heat, Blazers, Pacers, jumped over to the Supersonics, and the Pistons. 6 picks. 6 first-round picks in this upcoming draft. Now watch this. Standings. NBA standings. There's the Supersonics. That's 1. There's the Blazers. That's 2. Up. That's even in the conference. You know what? Let's go from the other way down here. We do have the Pistons. We are cheering for the Pistons to suck. So we know the Blazers and the Sonics are solid teams. We're looking at the Pacers, the Heat. There's the Pacers, about mid-pack, and the Heat are the 4th team overall. The New Jersey Nets are the only team better than us at a 28-6. We're at 26-8. So we are big Detroit Pistons fans to absolutely suck. So no more trades are available to us. I'm gonna stop simulating because we're gonna look at contracts and nobody's available for a re-sign this season. 35-12. We are still hoping that Detroit sucks. And they do. They do. This could be huge. This could be absolutely huge for our squad. We blow a couple of games there. Robert Horry is out. 1 to 2 weeks. The only injury that we're dealing with at this point. We are looking for our 50th win. It happens right there. 51-26. We are 4th in our division. Our conference, sorry. 55-27, I believe, is what I saw. And I see Chris Webber as the MVP. Kevin Garnett, Rookie of the Year. PJ Brown, 6th man. David Robinson, Defensive Player of the Year. Robert Verdon, Most Improved. William Murray, Coach of the Year. And Miami Heat's William Channing goes back-to-back with Executive of the Year. Hardaway, Peyton Weber, Kemp Mourning, your first NBA, All-NBA team. Kenny Anderson, Allen Houston, Scottie Pippen, Antonio McDyess, and Akeem Olajuwon, your All-NBA 2nd team. Jordan Hardaway Smith, Malone, and Shaquille O'Neal. Penny Hardaway making it as a rookie. So did Chris Webb, by the way. C. Webb. Jordan Payton, Weber, McDyess, Robinson, your All-Defensive 1st team. Kidd, Owens, Pippen, Kemp, and Mourning, your 2nd. Rookies, Garnett, McDyess, Joe Smith, Bob Sura, Damon Stoudemire, your first all-rookie team. Stackhouse, Beck, Kurt Thomas, Micah Finley, and Marty Shaw. We will get the Sacramento Kings as the 4 seed. Utah's got Houston, Minnesota's got Portland, Seattle's got Golden State, Miami's got Indiana. We had the Pacers, we also have the Heat. So that is a very pivotal pick, a decision maker for us. Orlando has got the Bulls. Seattle finished 2nd, by the way. We have their pick. Who else do we have? The Blazers. Did we talk about the Blazers? Blazers take on Minnesota. Soda! The Nets take on Philly, and Charlotte has got Milwaukee. Game number 1 is a win for Seattle, but I'm not Seattle. We won. Denver. Let's go. It was 127-106. Mashburn, Mutombo, 30-22. Jones and Robert Horry, 13 each. Terrell Brandon, 12 points, 13 assists, 11 for Hodges, 11 for J.R. Reed. It's Richmond with 39, 36 for Vin Baker, and then nobody else showed up. Grant, is that Gary Grant? We used to have him, former Denver Nugget. 11 assists in the loss. Game number 2, a win for your Nuggets, 117-101. 26 for Mutombo, Brandon with 23, Jones with 15, 14 for Horry, 11 for Hodges, 10 for Pack. Mashburn, a pedestrian 6-5-5 line. Mutombo with the double-double in the win. Richmond with 30, 17 for Baker. Coswell with 10. Nothing else really happening for Sacramento in this one. Game number 3, we move on to the Western Conference semifinals as we sweep the Sacramento Kings. Mitch Richmond with 19, 16 and 19 for Vin Baker, 13 for Mario Ellie. Rodney Rogers with 12, 11 for Corliss Williamson. In the loss, It was Pack and Mutombo leading the way this time. 22 for Pack, Mutombo with 20 and 13 rebounds. 17 for J.R. Reed, 14 for Robert Ory. Mashburn fouled out 18 minutes in. Okay, Terrell Brandon fouled out 25 minutes in. Okay, we are going to take on the number 1 seed and the defending back-to-back champions, the Utah Jazz. Minnesota's got Golden State. Minnesota needed 3 to get through Portland. Golden State needed 4 to get through Seattle. We had Seattle's pick, which is good. We had Portland's pick, which is good. Miami needed 5 to get through the Pacers. Chicago needed 3 to get through Orlando. It took 3 for the Nets to get through Philly and 3 for Charlotte to get through Milwaukee. We haven't really looked at the rosters of our teams that we're taking on, so let's do that. John Stockton, 89 with Murdoch and 80. Yikes. 83 for Latrell Sprewell with fifth. Final. Not bad. Blue Edwards with Isaac Peeler. Karl Malone with Cliff Robinson and David Robinson. Oh, there's no way we're getting through this squad. There is absolutely no way we are winning this. Game number 1 goes to the Denver Nuggets, 102-92 though. I don't want to play the game. I want to view the box score. Thank you very much. Karl Malone with 21 and 12. Stith with 16. David Robinson with 12 and 11. 12 for Robinson. The other one, Cliff. And Eric Murdoch. Is that Eric Murdoch? Yeah. What's the name of Daredevil? Murdoch, isn't it? 20 for Eddie Jones, 20 for Jalen Rose off the bench, 18 for Mashburn, 17 and 18 for Dikembe Mutombo. Hodges with 14 in the win. Are we healthy? Question mark. Are we healthy? I'm gonna bump this up to get to Theo Ratliff some minutes. At 75, he should be, and one of our young bucks. I'm gonna bump that up. Game number 2. It is a 2-0 lead for your Denver Nuggets. 96-88 in this one. Robinson with 22 and 18. Latrell Sprewell with 14. Malone with 14. 12 for Stockton. 10 for Blue Edwards. 24 for Mutombo with 13 rebounds. 14 for J.R. Reed. Robert Ory with 13. 12 for Hodges. 10 for Brandon. It's a good thing we gave Theo Ratliff minutes, by the way. Game number 3. 3-0. Denver. 104-98 in this one. Jalen Rose off the bench with 21. Robert Ory with 20. 17 and 18 for Mutombo. 12 for Pack. Malone with 27 and 14 rebounds. Blue Edwards with 13. Cliff Robinson with 13. 10 for Stockton. 10 for Latrell. Can we close it out? No. Utah. 112-102. Mutombo with 24 in the loss. Brandon with 19. 12 for Ory. 12 for Rose. 10 for Pack. Malone with 31 for the win. Blue Edwards with 19, 17 for David Robinson, 5th with 11 points, 10 assists for Latrell Sprewell. I just find it interesting that J.R. Reed is our power forward because Jamal Mashburn is out. I was 1 game too early. 2 to 4 weeks with a sprained right knee. If we make it in the finals, he'll be back. Otherwise, we got to do this without him. Game number 5, and we move on. Beating Utah 4-1. David Robinson with 24 and 17 in the loss. Edwards with 22, 15 for Sprewell, 14 for Malone. Mutombo with 25 and 14 for the win. Jalen Rose, 22. Hodges, 15, 13 for Jones. 11 for Ory. And we will take on the Minnesota Timberwolves in the West Final. It'll be Miami and Charlotte, the 1 and 2 seed. It'll be the 3 and 4 seed in the West. Let's see how well Minnesota has built their squad through the draft, because they have gotten the number 3 pick basically every time. Jason Kidd and Pooh Richardson. That's Doug West with Larry Robinson, the wrong one. Well, the right one as far as we're concerned. Chris Morris, 79 overall with Brown. C-Web is out. We need to end this. If C-Web's a 93, he is a beast in this mode. Christian Laettner with an 84. Our only hope, Obi-Wan Kenobi, is to get this done and get this done right away. We are out without Jamal Mashburn. They are without... Why is Eddie Jones not starting? I guess they're going with the hot hand and Jalen Rose. Okay. Yeah, we need to end this before Chris Webber comes back. Game 1 goes to Denver. 95-78. Kidd with 25, 14 for West, 12 for Laettner. Pooh Richardson with 11. We had 33 from Mutombo with 12 rebounds, 17 for Jones, 12 for Reed, 10 for C.J. Williams. Yeah, off the bench. Game number 2. It is a win for Denver, 104-99. It said 2 to 4 weeks. He's playing at a -3 right now, but Chris Webber is back. Christian Laettner, 20, 14 for Gaddison. West with 12, but C-Web coming back to a double-double. Jalen Rose with 20. Mutombo with 16 and 10. Pack with 15. 13 for Jones. J.R. Reed with 10. Terrell Brandon with 11 helpers. And we're up 2-0. Game 3 goes to Denver, 96-90. Jalen Rose with 23. 14 for Brandon. Mutombo with 14 and 10. Eddie Jones with 12. Weber with 33 and 11. But he's got no help. He's got Doug West hitting 14. Robinson, Morris, Leitner, Kidd throwing out 12 helpers. Game number 4. We'll simcast this one. Quick start for the Timberwolves, and they may coast to a 120-108 win. Jalen Rose with 20 again. Jones with 15. 14 for Mutombo. 14 for Pack. J.R. Reed with 13 in the loss. Weber with 26. Kidd with 20 and 11. 12 rebounds. Kidd 1 assist away from the triple-double. Christian Leitner with 18. 14 for West. Pooh Richardson with 13. Morris. Pooh Richardson threw out 14 assists as well. Morris with 10. Maybe simcasting was not the right move. Eddie Jones will start. Mashburn is back, playing as an 86. That's a good sign. We'll sim through this game. Bang. 4-1 series victory. We make it to the finals for the first time. Weber with 22 and 18 rebounds. 14 for West. Richardson with 14. 12 for Leitner. We scored by committee. 14 for Mashburn. Brandon with 13. 12 for Mutombo with 10 rebounds. 12 for J.R. Reed. 10 for Eddie Jones. Jalen Rose with 10. And Minnesota has been eliminated. Charlotte has Miami on the brink. It's 3-2 Charlotte, and it'll be us versus the Charlotte Hornets in the finals here in 1996. They've got Hershey Hawkins as their point guard with Muggsy Bogues. Kendall Gill, Del Curry, solid. Larry Johnson is a beast. He's 88 overall. And nothing at power forward, and nothing at center. Are we the favorites here? It really doesn't matter if we're the favorites or not. What matters is 4 wins before the other team. I gotta think that our Jamal Mashburn, Dikembe Mutombo combination will be the difference. Game number 1 goes to the Hornets. 117-95. Kendall Gill with 28. Hershey Hawkins with 22. Larry Johnson with 19. 11 for both Curry and Slater. 10 for Davis and Bogues. Mutombo with 20. 13 for Mashburn. 12 for Rose. 11 for Hodges. We scored by committee. They just had their top 2 guys hit 50, where our top 2 guys hit 33. Fair game. Shorten the bench. Game number 2. Tie game. 115-109. Gill with 40 in the loss. Hawkins with 14. Curry with 14. Slater with 12. 10 for Bogues. LJ is not there. Mutombo with 22 and 16. Jones with 19. 14 and 12 for Terrell Brandon. 14 and 10 for Hodges. 3 double-doubles. 4 players hitting 14. That's Brandon, Hodges, Mashburn, and Rose, and associates. Larry Johnson is day-to-day with a hairline fracture. 2-1 Nuggets. 119-102. Mutombo with 26 and 12. 24 for Rose. 23 for Mashburn. 17 for Brandon. LJ came back. 15 points in the loss. 12 for Del Curry. 17 for Bogues. 18 for Hawkins. Kendall Gill with 22. We're 2 wins away. We are 1 win away from a championship in 1996 in the Jordan era, off of a 104-88 win. 27 and 20 for Mutombo, 16 for Terrell Brandon, Jamal Mashburn with 14, 11 for Jones, 10 for Rose, 10 for Pack. Larry Johnson had 20, 14 for both Gill and Curry, 12 for Hawkins, 10 for Tatum. Can we close it out in game number 5? In Charlotte. It is close. 4-point lead with about 7 minutes left. It is tied around 3. A 1-point lead at 2:19. Tie game at 1:43. We are going to jump in here. Bogues for 3. No good. Denver calls timeout with 3.5 seconds left on the clock. A final possession. A chance at a championship. It's Mutombo to inbound. Finds Jones. Back to Brandon. Brandon for 3. No good. And we'll head to overtime. Terrell Brandon, the chance at legendary status, and clanks it. A little bit more space. Off the glass and in. And Denver up by 2 early in the first overtime period here in game number 5. Davis to Johnson. LJ's back in the game. Here's Gill. Shot clock at 2. Gill doesn't get it to go. Hodges with the rebound. Hodges to Brandon. To Mutombo. Mutombo off the glass and in. A 4-point lead for Denver. Davis. Jumper. No good. Jones with the rebound. Jones brings it up. Jones deking out everybody. Just kidding. He's deking out nobody. Terrell Brandon looking for some room. Hodges in the corner. He's got LJ watching him. into Mutombo. Mutombo spins. Mutombo jump. Off the glass and in. Mutombo with the last 4 points, increasing the lead to 6 for Denver. Tatum back to Gill. That looks like Jason Tatum. Did Jason Tatum jump into the multiverse? That's Mike Tatum. Tell me that's not Jason Tatum, though. Anyways, back to our regular scheduled program. Brandon to Jones. Jones for 3. No good. 2:20 left on the clock. Tatum. And it's a 4-0 run for Charlotte. Denver was up by 6. The last 2 baskets by Charlotte have cut that lead down to 2. Brandon, the pick worked to perfection, but he did not do anything with it. Mutombo again with the pick. Brandon. The jumper, no good. Mutombo off the glass and in, and it's a 4-point lead for the Nuggets. 1 3/4 left on the clock. Hershey Hawkins gets the pick from LJ. Not very effective. Hawkins in the paint. Back to Davis. Davis for 3. Friendly roll does not bring presents to his birthday party. I don't know what I got there. Terrell Brandon to Hodges. Hodges spins. Off the glass, no good. Hawkins with the rebound. Just over a minute. Tatum on the inside, off the glass and in. It's a 2-point lead for Denver. Under a minute to go here in the first overtime period. Game 5, Denver up 3-1. Terrell Brandon not quite breaking ankles, mildly spraining them. Jones for 3 in the corner. No good. Hawkins tries to get in the paint. Tries to find some room. A layup. And Denver to take their timeout as the game is tied with, I'm guessing, about 10 to 15 seconds left on the clock. 16 seconds left. I was just off. Don't want to rush it. Want to find your open shot for the chance at a championship here in 1996 in the Jordan era. Mutombo with the pick. Down to Hodges. Hodges off the glass and in. 122-120 for Denver. The question is, because this game does not show us how much time is left, how much time is left? 2.8 seconds left. Davis to inbound. Davis finds Gill. Gill for 3. No good. And my confidence is restored. I get that I don't have the disadvantage of another identity stealing picks and players from me, but we also beat the powerhouse Minnesota Timberwolves on the way to a championship. We beat the somewhat powerhouse Charlotte Hornets in the finals as Jalen Rose just absolutely cold cocks. Jamal Mashburn, nice left hook. Robert Horry lifting up the trophy. Your MVP, Dikembe Mutombo, and the Nugs in 1996, presented by YouTube. Close it out. Hawkins with 31 in the loss. Gill with 21. LJ with 21 and 14. 14 for Curry and Mike Tatum with 12. Dikembe Mutombo with 31 in the win. 14 rebounds. 21 for Mashburn. Eddie Jones with 13. Rose with 13. Hodges with 12 and 10. Hodges was the throwaway player for me. I think we got him late. 93 draft. 16th overall. I didn't think he was going to be the guy, but he has become a very important part of the squad. Averaging 8.7, 6.9, definitely stepping it up. Last year was a better playoffs for him. Jordan era Denver Nuggets winning in 1996. Dikembe Mutombo, your finals MVP.